Hello everyone. I've got a question for you. What's the one word that comes to mind when you hear this definition? The maximum amount one can or something can contain. What about the maximum amount that something can produce? What about a title or a position? Today I'm taking time on Tuesday, specifically describing capacity. I'm in our familiar place. The weather is nice. Just so excited. And this is something that hit me early. I got up today knowing that I was going to take time and share with you my thoughts on capacity. I want to start out with a story like this. I jotted a few notes down and I may refer to them as I share this information with you. If I were to approach a stranger on the street, and this stranger, he or she was begging, struggling, familiar to being homeless, and I walked up to the individual and said, "Hey, I want you to know that your life is about to change. You're a millionaire." They might think initially that I was out of my mind crazy. In fact, they might just literally curse me out. But if I were to go on and say, "Hey, your great-grandfather was a billionaire. Our firm has been hired, and I'm here to validate your identification, after which, once I confirm who you are, your life could change." At that stage, maybe perhaps then the individual may be willing to go to the bank and after sharing their identification, go right away. But initially, off the first contact, perhaps their inability or their limited capacity to hear and resist the information I was trying to share at that moment may have kept them stuck in the same current situation. I'm wondering today, how many of you all may be similar to that in your current role? Capacity. Let me tell you another story. I'll tell you this. Okay, I was actually meeting and talking with an individual that I consult with on a regular basis, and this individual, I had shared some details with them that would help them be more involved in their role as a parent, with some historical events that were coming up so that they could participate. Out of habit, this individual immediately rejected the information, going off the fact of their trusted source, their child, who had shared completely opposite information. And only to learn that after a period of time, what I shared was true and what they had been going by was false. Out of habit, they had been believing the wrong information. What I learned is that this individual, while very kind, they were trusting and hooked into a source that kept them bound to information that was willing to keep them limited. Their capacity was limited by the source and the information that they were receiving. I'm wondering today, have some of you all been hooked into systems or sources that have kept you limited, that would prevent you from receiving all the information that could help advance you forward? This is such a critical time in our lives, and we all operate and serve in various roles. So whether it's a parent and a child, I'm not sure what your parenting style is, but do you dictate or do you lead by example? What's your capacity when it comes to parenting? Do you only give information, or are you willing to hear from your child? I had shared previously that it is biblical, because even the child can share information and knowledge. If you are let's say a spouse, a husband or a wife, I'm not sure what your loving style is in your relationship, but what's your capacity to increase your relationship? Do you love genuinely? Are you looking for negative information? Do you start controversial conversations? Are you leading with love? Do you work to understand what's your capacity in that relationship? Educators, workers, we all have areas that we can take a look at. And today on this Tuesday, I'm sharing words of encouragement centering around increasing your capacity. I started this conversation out with the definition, the ability to receive information. If every time something happened to you, let's imagine that we all have containers, and I used to share this years ago when I would start out speaking. And let's say you took whatever happened to you negatively and put it into this container, right? And throughout the years, every time something happened, you put it into your container. And one day God says, everyone pull out your containers. I'm about to pour out blessings. You would have no capacity to receive. I'm challenging you today to increase your capacity, whatever you need to do in your relationships, if you need to clear out some things, if you need to get connected with people who are moving forward. Ensure that you're connected, that you're surrounded by people who are adding to you. Make sure that when life is going to happen, when you run into situations and scenarios, and it seems that all the odds are against you, you have to continue moving forward. I know that it's hard, but we've already talked about the fact it's better to do the hard thing and get rewarded, not giving up, pursuing forward, persevering, than to do something hard and give up in the middle of it. You've wasted your time. What is it that you need to do today to keep moving forward, to increase your capacity? This is Elyse. I'm living my best life. Oh, I so enjoyed sharing this information today. I woke up knowing that today I was going to share. I was going to take time on this Tuesday to talk to you about capacity. Whatever you're celebrating, if it's a graduation, whatever it may be, birthdays, etc. It's a critical time of the year. You have today. Keep planning, keep writing your goals. Whatever you need to do, just don't give up. And make sure that you're focused on increasing your capacity. Have a wonderful, fantastic day.